Hi, this is Jaya. Now we shall see the second part of William Wordsworth's Tintern Abbey's summary. Now he says, if this be but a vain belief. Now what is this? This is the feeling he has that nature is a best curer, and that is what gave him the happiness, a very good mood, and also the gift for him to be kind to others. He is saying, if this be but a vain belief, if you are going to think that it is a wrong belief, it is not the correct one, oh, yet how often in darkness and amid the many shapes of joyless daylight. So he says, I can tell you, because how often, meaning how many times in darkness. This darkness can mean sorrow or sadness, or it can also mean night time where it will be very dark, and amid the many shapes of joyless daylight, or even in the daytime when I am not happy, when the fretful steer unprofitable, when the day is not good, I am not getting anything good done to me or to others, and the fever of the world is the pressure, the tension, stress, whatever you say, the fever of the world which every man undergoes, have hung upon the beatings of my heart, which has caused some pain, some sorrow in my heart. How often, Spirit, have I turned to thee? So I am not able to immediately run physically and come to you and see you, but in my mind I have run and I have come to you and I have seen you in my mind. I bring back the image which I have for the past 5 years, and that will give me a very good serene mood. Oh, Sliven Why is the river which is running by that place. Thou wanderer through the woods. So you are the one who is wandering, meaning the river is flowing through the forest. How often has my spirit turned to thee? So when I am undergoing any problem, any suffering or any depression, or if I am not having any happiness in my daytime, or whether it is night, or whether I am on any tension, my spirit, my mind will turn to thee. I will only look at you to give me happiness, to make my mind calm, to soothe my heart. And now with gleams of half extinguished thought. So I have only small gleams, means having a little of remembrance. Half extinguished thought. Extinguished means fully gone, but here it's half extinguished, means about to be vanishing. Like I came 5 years back, but I'm able to remember even now because I'm visualizing each and every time I want you to see you. But even then, for 5 years, in 5 years, certain images will be slowly vanishing from the mind. So he says, and now with gleams of half extinguished thought, with many recognitions dim and faint. Now when I'm coming back, I'm able to recognize what all I saw 5 years back, even though they are only dim and faint in my mind. And somewhat of a sad perplexity, the picture of the mind revives again. So he says, I'm so sad that I missed you for this past 5 years, and my mind is again reviving the picture which I had of you. Where here I stand not only with the sense of present pleasure, and now I am standing in this place, and when I am standing and I am looking at you, my mind is filled with pleasure. And not only that, it is not only this present pleasure that I am seeing you is giving me happiness, but with pleasing thoughts that in this moment there is life and food for future years. So what he is saying is, what I saw 5 years back, if it can make me live for this 5 years happily, then what I am seeing now will make my mind fill up with a picture of you more clearly, and in future years I'll be able to bring back this image in my mind, and that will give me life and food. And so I dare to hope, though changed. So he's saying, I know I have changed a lot, because 5 years back how I was and how I am now, I know very well. But I dare to hope, no doubt, from what I was when first I came among these hills. He says, I know how I was when I came 5 years back. When like a roe I bounded over the mountains. I became one and one into the mountains. Like a roe. Roe means a baby deer. Like how when a baby deer is left in a mountain, how it will bound, how it will join with the mountains and run, like that he was. By the sides of the deep river, I was not only running in the mountain, but I was also running by the sides of the river. Why? And the lonely streams, that is in the mountain there will be small small streams. I was running there all, wherever nature led. So wherever there was natural scenery, I was just running. Nothing could stop me. I was a small boy like that. I mean, my heart, I was a boyish type. So I was literally enjoying nature and I was running wild. More like a man flying from something that he dreads than one who sought the thing he loved. And if anyone sees, they will not understand that I love nature, so I'm running like that. They'll think that I'm running because I'm scared of something, I'm frightened of something. So I was running as though when a man is frightened of something, how he will run, I was like that. I was running in the natural scenery, and no one will know that I was running like that, like a mad person, because I loved nature. For nature then, the coarser pleasures of my boyish days and the glad animal moments all gone. Because he says, at that time when nature gave me that happiness, that is during my boyish days, I was giving all animal movements, nothing could stop, but now all are gone. I'm grown up, 5 years more old. To me was all in all. I cannot paint what then I was. He's saying, I was like that, but I'm not able to exactly say how I was at that time, how I behaved at that time. The sounding cataract haunted me like a passion. The tall rock, the mountain, and the deep and gloomy wood, their colors and their forms were then to me an appetite, a feeling, and a love that had no need of a remoter charm. He says, at that time, everything, the tall rock, the mountain, the gloomy, deep woods, the colors, the different colors of the scenery, and how all they were, it was my food, it was my appetite, a feeling and a love. I loved nature. I was very happy when I was there, and there was no need of a remoter charm. There was no need to come for someone to come and control my feeling towards it, because this was the charm there. Nothing can control me enjoying it. By thought supplied, not any interest, unborrowed from the eye. And no one can borrow from what I am seeing. See, what I am seeing is something which only I can enjoy. I cannot lend it to others. And that was my interest. That time is past. So he says that boyish days are past, and all its aching joys are now no more. See, that time I had an ache, I have pain, I wanted to always be with nature. But now it is gone, because now I have the responsibilities of life and all its dizzy raptures. Not for this faint I nor more nor murmur, but I am not going to sit and cry for that. I know I have lost that boyishness. I cannot behave like the small boy how I was at that time. But for that I am not going to complain. I am not going to moan. I am not going to murmur. Because other gifts have followed. Because now I have got other gifts. And what is that? For such loss I would believe abundant recompense. So he says, I have lost the boyishness, but I think I've got another gift which is compensating what I have lost. For I have learned to look on nature not as in the hour of thoughtless youth, because now I've become more matured. I know how to look at nature not like a thoughtless youth, but hearing oftentimes the still sad music of humanity. Because now I am in the city listening to the sad music of humanity, what human beings are undergoing, I am seeing that. You should remember that Wordsworth was during the French Revolution time. In fact, he was influenced by the French Revolution. So maybe he is mentioning to that also here. Nor harsh nor grating, though of ample power, to chasten and subdue. So he is saying, no, I am not harsh towards it. I am not going to complain about it. And I have felt a presence that disturbs me with the joy of elevated thoughts. So when I am going to visualize the scenery, the nature in my mind, I am going to have elevated thoughts. My thoughts will become more higher, a sense sublime of something far more deeper interfused. So I am going to behave in a very gentle manner, where I think my happiness which I get when I am seeing nature, and my maturity which I have got because of my aging and because of my experience, both have joined together, have mixed together, interfused, whose dwelling is the light of setting suns, and the round ocean, and the living air, and the blue sky, and in the mind of man. So he says, now I have become a man. So whatever is around me, the setting of the sun, the round ocean, the living air, the blue sky, everything I am able to see like a man. A motion and a spirit that impels all thinking things. See, all these are happening every day. The sun is rising, the sun is setting, we are seeing the ocean, the blue sky, everything is there. And he says these are the ones which are making us to think. All objects of all thoughts and rolls through all things. Therefore am I still a lover of the meadows and the wood. I'm seeing everything. I'm grown up. I'm seeing nature now. But I'm still a lover of the meadows and the woods and mountains and all of that we behold. So whatever I'm able to see, I still love them. From this green earth of all the mighty world, of eye and ear, both what they half create. See, I'm seeing nature and I'm hearing the sounds of nature. And from what I'm seeing and from what I'm hearing, I'm able to half create a different world from this. Nature is there. It is the same for everyone, but I am going one step more than others by creating something and what perceive well pleased to recognize in nature and the language of the sense, the anchor of my purest thoughts. So when I see all this, my thoughts are becoming very pure, and that is because nature is giving me that happiness. It is like the nurse, the guide and guardian of my heart and soul, of all my moral being. And so he says, nature is my guide, it is my guardian, it is my heart and it is soul. And if I am a moral being, if I am a good human being, it is only because of nature. So today I'll stop here and the remaining I'll tell in the next. If you want to add on any more information about this part, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe. And the link of the first part I've given in the description box. Please go to that also and see. Thank you.